Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington. I'm with my co-host Forbes Riley, celebrity television host and health and fitness expert. Forbes,
And of course,
great
you
to be
recognize
here.
Kevin, you know, and I love being anywhere with you. You recognize him as the original shark from Shark Tank, one of the best entrepreneurs and my personal mentor. Love this guy. But today, speaking of mentors and good couples, although we're not really a couple, don't tell your wife, our next guests have a bond, I think, that's enviable, a love that I like, and the business sense to help so many people.
Yes. Dee and Justin, welcome to the show here today.
Appreciate
How
you
you doing, guys?
Thank
All
you
right.
guys.
so much for having
All right,
us.
so
Thank
you're
you,
on a
Forbes.
mission.
Thank
You
you.
inspire entrepreneurs in a very practical way. You get them more leads, you get them more business, you make them more money.
Pretty much.
Tell us about this.
Well, every entrepreneur and small business owner wants to make more sales so they can, you know, produce more profit. And so, to be honest, instead of sending them a bunch of hoopla and talking all this mess that they really don't want to hear anyway, we focus on what the message is. We can help you get more leads, we can help you make more sales, and the best part is we can help you do it online. So.
Yeah, we focus on results and simplicity and just keep it simple.
So now, when you started, Dee, it was you have an interesting story. How I know you were a waitress and you were struggling to make ends meet. And what was the transition? How did you end up getting to where you are today?
Well, being able to be around the right people and find the right mentor. Actually, it was my husband, but at the time, you know, he was just that guy.
Before he was your husband, right?
Before.
Okay.
So take us back, because I always love when people tell their stories. This is a true rags to riches story.
Yeah.
Because I would say that you were as rags as possible. What happened in the beginning?
To be honest, I remember walking into the house. I had just gotten off of a double shift off of work. I worked double shift every single day trying to pay my bills, not so that I could go on vacation and buy nice clothes and buy whole food. I was doing that just to be able to pay the bills. And I walked into the house and the electricity was out. And no problem, I'll use a candle or two, no big deal. When I called the electricity company, that's when the hammer fell. They told me that the bill was over $500 and my whole world crushed because I didn't even have it in the bank.
Oh, wow.
I realized that what I was doing was wrong. There's something that I'm doing that's off. I should not be working this hard just to survive. And I started looking for a better way. And thank God I found someone as diligent as him, as persistent and as patient to be able to work with someone who has no business experience, no idea about any of that stuff at all, but you were patient, you were honest, and that was one thing about you. I could see that you genuinely cared if I succeeded, so.
Well, right back at you, you've always been so humble and so open to learning, and I think this is a great lesson for entrepreneurs. You may be very successful in, like, you know, the traditional brick and mortar world, but when people go online, they have to, like, be open, you know, like a vessel to learning new information. The people who think they know everything typically are the ones who fail and struggle the most because they're so stuck in their own mind. She's always been very open-minded and has always had this passion for just helping people.
I've been to your sites, checking everything out. I mean, you went from rags to riches. I mean, from a waitress to making literally millions of dollars online, right?
Actually, she says a line. This is my new favorite quote, which is, I make
more money than I can spend.
Oh, girl, give me that.
So
That blows my mind.
that's amazing. And
It's
so
nice.
you're creating these videos. Now, I know, Dee, on your side, you focus towards the women's marketplace.
Absolutely.
And Justin, obviously, it's a more mass market for both men and women. But you're creating these videos, which are beautiful videos. So you've developed this expertise, but it didn't start with beautiful videos. You really were just putting out some great content, and people were listening and tuning into what you were doing.
Absolutely. It all started with just sharing my passion, really. I was so afraid to share what my vision was.
What is your vision?
My vision has always been freedom for humanity. That's been it. I could care less about the money. I could care less about the opportunity. I could care less what's going on in society. My vision has always been freedom for humanity. Who is this for? It's for the person who is struggling. It's for the woman who is tired of looking at her child to say no for something as frivolous as money. Anybody can make money. Anybody can attract abundance. My mission is to help people step into their power to realize that. That's what I do. That's why we do this. That's why I speak to women in the videos. And to be honest, I feel like women hold an unspoken power. We can give life. And in that life, there's so many other people around us that is affected by us. If you can literally start seeing all of the women around you being lifted up, stepping into their confidence, being able to have true power, not the power that disregards a man, but being able to stand next to him and have that support, knowing that he'll love you unconditionally, regardless if you are weak or you're feeling strong. That power, that confidence is what I believe every woman deserves.
You see that? He's crying, actually. Tell me what's going on. When you look at her and her mission and who the people that she's affected, what's going on?
Well, when someone speaks truth, I always get emotional. It's just like a detector. Something really resonates with your heart. I don't know if you ever felt that way. Could even be in a movie, a universal truth. Like maybe I'm watching The Matrix and all of a sudden I get teary-eyed. But it connects with me because I know how determined she is to literally help people transform, and I know she likes to focus on women, which I think is a beautiful thing because we need more women entrepreneurs. I believe in this world, women are so powerful. You know what I mean? They give birth. If it wasn't for our moms, would any of us
See,
be
I've
here?
been telling you this for a long time. We're so but wait, because we're often underestimated, just so you know, Mr. Shark. It's tough being a girl. But you have some great success stories, because here's what I feel. Everyone, or anyone listening to this right now, just got very ignited, got very excited. Tell me about somebody who succeeded through what you're teaching.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll start with this beautiful woman named Kylie. She attended one of our webinars online where I was teaching pay-per-click traffic, which is basically a Facebook advertising platform where anyone can start getting traffic right away, especially when you know what you're doing. She went through this webinar, she went through our course, and long story short, she had no experience online, never done social media successfully before, never built a list, completely green. She went through the course, and then she said, I can do this. And she started generating traffic and helped her client actually generate over $1 million in revenue her first year online, which created the confidence within her that she can also step into her power and be an entrepreneur. And now she's building her own brand. It's stories like this that really excite us.
You started just doing some small videos to a few people, a couple dozen, then you got to more. Now you're speaking in front of thousands, you've written books, you know, this transformation has been amazing. So tell me about the people that when you touch them and you hear back from them, like these stories like Kylie, what does that give you a feeling of?
To be honest, it all comes back to that mission, right? It's freedom for humanity, not freedom for one group of people, not freedom for just women, not freedom if you are in speak a certain language or if you're in a certain country. I honestly mean to help people become free. So when the woman who comes to us and says, I now have the confidence to build my own business, for the single mother who says, you know what, I kept running back to an abusive relationship because I needed to, but now I can stand on my own 2 feet with my children and support them. For the husband who says, Dee, I've watched my wife sacrifice for myself, for our kids, and now I just want to be able to give her a nice life, you know? I do that for these people because I honestly feel like they have been told too many times by society, by the government, by their friends and family that they're not enough, that they can't do it, that they can't have it. But I'm here and I'm alive, and they will have to kill me in order to stop this message, because I will not stop until every single person on this earth knows that they deserve freedom.
How do people reach out to you? And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at him. He's so emotional. We don't get to see that very often. You know, very often people talk about you should do what you love and the money will come. You guys are examples of that, and you are holding that space for other people. And I honor the fact that you're doing this because, you know, it's a challenge. I'm in the same way. I don't make a whole lot of money online because it's frustrating, it's confusing. I see my friends doing it, it makes me even more angry. You're telling us there's a way.
Absolutely.
And it's not that complicated.
Nope.
Yeah.
And it's easy to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do we get? How do people find you?
Yeah, great question. There's actually a button right below this video. People can click that and get free instant access to what it is that we're doing and plug right in, just like Kylie was able to.
But there's one thing that we should say first,
Sure.
right? Because this is not something that's for everyone. Before you click that button, I honestly want to say that this is for the person who's seeking true transformation. You have woken up and you want to create a shift. That shift is waiting for you, but you have to be ready for it. So go ahead, click the button below, and let's help you create it.
As you're looking in that camera, though, I just want you to talk to that woman who out there is hurting right now, and really take that moment and talk to her. Tell her what's waiting for her.
Thank you. I feel like you know inside of you the power that's always been there. You know it. You felt it. You've had people see that light within you, but somehow something's happened along the way. And that's okay because it happened to me and I felt broken too. But I'm here today because I'm telling you that you don't have to stay in that space anymore. You don't have to accept your reality where it is right now. You can create it. I think that that's what makes people like Kevin and like Forbes so powerful, because they don't have what they have because someone has given it to them and it's just landed upon it. They have what they have because they've worked for it. So I know that you're a person who believes that you can do this. I'm just asking you a very simple question, and be honest. Are you willing to work for it?
That's amazing. Yeah, it's so emotional to,
I know.
to watch the two of you guys now. I mean, so I love that passion. I love that emotion. And now let me talk a little shark talk, okay? Because hey,
Okay.
all right, because now it's clicks for cash is what you do, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're going to teach, for those that are listening right now, you're going to teach them how to do something very simple that they can do in the comfort of their home with their iPhone or whatever kind of phone they've got.
Absolutely.
And put it up on the internet, and every time they get a click, it converts to cash.
Absolutely.
Right? It's that simple.
Well, and something else that they do that I'm super excited about. Very often you'll get excited, you get a course, you get it home, and you're like, oh, I have to figure this out. You invite people through what you do to actually sit over your shoulder. You guys need to hear this. Sit over your shoulder and watch exactly what you do. Who teaches that way?
No one does.
I mean, I want to know exactly what you do, and you're telling us. Explain this to us.
Yeah, and the reason I'm so passionate about this, I actually struggled for years and years to build my business online, but it was just a matter of finding the right mentor, and everything shifted. Just a few years ago, back in 2012, we were living in Costa Rica, renting out this tiny 300 square foot studio apartment with a half a wall separating the kitchen from the bedroom, and we were struggling to even pay the rent for $450 a month, and that was just a few years ago. Then we came across the right mentor with access to the right information. Our entire life shifted. 30 days later, we had our first $30,000 month, and our life hasn't been the same since. And I'm here to tell people it doesn't have to be a long, difficult road to learn online marketing, to build your brand and business online. It's just a matter of having access to the right mentor with the right information. People can start getting traffic like quickly. You know what I
You
mean?
get like 300 to 400 leads a day, don't you?
A day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
even
amazing.
while sleeping, even while on vacation,
Yeah,
because we
absolutely.
focus on quality content, good ads, where most people have like an image and then just a quick thing to try to get a click. We actually provide real content. The majority of the people who click and like our stuff on Facebook also share it,
Yeah.
and it creates
Right.
something called viral sustainability, where we get a lot of free traffic, and that's what we teach people to do. Focus on quality content because it's not common online.
I think anyone listening right now, they need to understand you're going to actually show them how to do this, because they're
Absolutely.
saying, well, but
I
you
know,
you
I know.
do it, but I've never done it before. I don't know how to do it. But this is part of what you do, is you're going to teach them how to do it just like you learned, and you probably made a few mistakes along the way. right?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
A lot
look
of
at his face.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you've got the shortcut possibly here on how to do it without making the same mistakes, where you can kind of jumpstart them into success from day one.
Right, absolutely. People can literally go from scratch, no list building experience, no brand online, and place an ad when it's done the right way, and you can start getting 20, 30 leads in a matter of within 24 hours. There's people struggling who have never generated a lead online, and I'm like, it's easy. It's just a matter of following the right process.
They're so excited. Is the next book coming out about your relationship? Like how to have a successful I'm looking at you guys, like so in love, so amazing. What's the secret to a great relationship for the two of you?
Kama Sutra 2.0. I'm just
Oh, all right. Well, that's a book you can get on. You know, when you call your company Enlightened Entrepreneur, and I'm thinking that you're just an emotional cheerleader. I've never seen it. I mean, that's really one of the things that I'm getting from you. But go back to the relationship. Not letting you get out of it that easy. There's something really unique here. well, how do you do this? Something's going on that I just want to, share with my viewers.
Yeah, we've been together for 13 years, but I'll let Dee express her thoughts on this.
To be honest, I think it's because we've built not only our business on the foundation of personal development and becoming better people and always being humble and dropping our egos. We didn't just take that into business, but we've taken it into every aspect of our lives. So when you sit in front of someone who is truly humble and who is saying, like, yes, I want to learn from you, that's a different energy than the person who walks in the room like, look at me, I'm successful. No, to me, I sit in the room, I act like I don't know nothing every single time, and I become a vessel. I do that in our relationship. It doesn't matter how much money he makes or how much money I make. I've made a commitment as his wife to stand next to him, and I'd made that commitment to also God and my family. So I'm going to continue to support him, and because I support him, he supports me. And I just realized that, I don't know, people truly do treat you the way that you treat them. So thank you.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Do you have one last little quick story about somebody that you transformed, some kind of magical transformation, somebody that came to you guys and you helped take to the next step?
We talked about a couple like brand newbies with no experience.
Right.
Also, entrepreneurs come to us who are already very successful. We're working with this guy who's in London, originally from India, and we helped him generate over $200,000 his first 24 days, just following the process, modeling our campaigns, and he's just crushing it right now.
Well, they are truly embodiment that wealth is not about money,
Right.
but it is something else. And from the heart, thank you guys so much for sharing so much. I can't wait for our viewers to click on the button below, get involved, get started, make money, and you should just live in abundance, yes?
Yes, indeed.
All right, you guys are awesome,
The
Kevin.
Enlightened Entrepreneur. It's a great name.
I know,
right?
I'm loving
Fantastic.
it. All right, thank you guys so much.
Hey.
You need to take
Thank
advantage of
you.
this, and we'll be back right after this.